Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And glance here at the southpaw, who will be calling the plays under center.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll go play action here with Penix. His throw incomplete. You look at this 90 defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's the conundrum. For them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Jordan Watkins deep for San Francisco. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback from the University of Utah.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 33-yard line.
Viking 18.
Off the play fake. Barnett. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Operating from the gun. Barnett. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Let's go. 19, Charger, 19, let's go.
There's James. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And it is caught. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off play action. Barnett. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Operating from the gun. Barnett. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And unable to get downhill there as they'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. You look at this Niner defense. This unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run. Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Here's Penix. That's Olave bringing in another one. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Thomas. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they have things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They run it with James. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Niners at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They felt like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club.
And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down in what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a first and goal.
Let's go. Hawk 70. Hawk Warrior 70. Ready.
Looking to throw. Barnett. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. With touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. This is Thomas. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. To the air, Penix. Olave over the middle. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Here's Jake Bailey now.
4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Taken from just outside the 30. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49ers offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3 because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial in the big 3rd down play.
And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And he knocks the ball away and it falls is incomplete.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Let's go now. Unlock line. Unlock. Go.
James. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Let's go.
Back to throw. Barnett. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Ready. Half the 60. Half the 60. Ready.
Looking to throw. Barnett. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
19 Charger. 19 Charger.
Back to throw. Barnett. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. The disaster there, I mean, you saw it coming. The pressure gets knocked down, the interception.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you
don't make.
Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally...
And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. They looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Well, their home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's very much alive in the race for most receiving yards by a wideout this year. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL at this point in the season. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him. The guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got it. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And they'll take this in the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. This ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 17.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, go!
Off the play fake. Barnett. Will try and do this himself. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Looking to throw. Barnett. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Pass complete there to Harrison. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Come on, come on. 60 by 6, 60 by 6. Cowboy 80.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Go! Dragon 60, Viking 18.
Off play action. Barnett. Got a man, and he hits it in stride. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 6 is here, starting to get a little bit of a sense who the contenders are and who the pretenders are. Let's hop in. Our trip around the NFL starts now. It begins in Kansas City. The Chiefs at home to take on the Tennessee Titans. And here's the speedster, Xavier Worthy. He's going to get a step downfield and run under the deep ball. Chalk it up as a 67-yard touchdown. From there, let's get you to another interesting matchup. And this is Caleb Williams. This will wind up a touchdown. The Bears get back to 500. They even their mark at 3-3. Lastly, let's squeeze in one more. And it's...
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This offense making its way back out, led by their wide receiver. And as we move deeper into the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a weekly basis. As you see here, he's the NFL's leader in receptions to this point of the year. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now 2nd and 5.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready?
Operating from the gun. Barnett. He's going to air one out. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks him. And the Saints will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities. And this is a good one right in front of them.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Michael Williams in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. Oh, good move. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And all the way down to the 26. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 47 yards.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
28-yard line.
Ready? Let's go. 60 by 6, 60 by 6.
Looking to throw, Penix. Drops it to Jones in the flat. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. They were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Well, they use your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy sideline, right?
Sammy sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
Chad Wyland on for the field goal. A 43.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. But down this big, we know that they need touchdowns instead of field goals, but now it's add insult to injury because they can't even get the 3, Charles, on the excellent block there by the special teams.
And it certainly felt to me like the special teams consider themselves an extension of the defense, which has played well for them. They have a nice cushion. They didn't want to allow any points, any opportunity to cut into their lead. A big-time play by those guys on that side of the ball.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
And everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So Frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18 Pioneer.
Operating from the gun. Barnett. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. But remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's fourth down. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now Penix. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Got to go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up second down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he's able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
They run with Thomas. And this will wind up a Saints first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. They'll throw with Penix. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Lucas Van Ness able to record his 5th sack of the season. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Well, this offense and their wideout headed back onto the field. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
65 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter.
19 Lions. 19, 18. Bronco 80.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Niners look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Point after try forthcoming. And they open the lead out now to 25 points. A drive that time of 6 plays. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Looking to put a drive together. And looking to throw, Penix. And the Niners get there and bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Working out of the gun here. Under pressure, they got him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, it's Thomas. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let him run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Look at the big man rumble. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? It's usually not by himself, is it? But usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2nd and 10. Now he'll try to run with this. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. The keeper gets him 7 that time, and it'll lead to a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Operating from the gun, Penix. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That's good for the Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That could be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Throw left side to Kincaid. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. In motion, the tight end. He'll drop to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Pick up a 15 yards there. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Brings up 2nd and inches.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Bennett's going to sneak it. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A gain of 1 yard.
Here's Penix. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Christian Wilkins in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll set up a throw.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go, here we go. Bravo 80, set up.
To the air, Penix. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And his kick here is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And his play call does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
On the ground, it's James. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches.
19, trap 60, trap 60, Cougar 19. Nineteen tight, 19 tight.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Ready, break.
First down. First and 10 at the 30.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for San Francisco, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints,